Okay, in this video, we're going to learn a little bit about using FieldEase to do purchasing, or what is normally called an RFP. FieldEase actually has an RFP built into its system, request for purchase. Using this will ultimately be, there's probably a little bit of a glitch here getting over this hurdle, but ultimately we believe it will involve less paperwork. First thing you're going to want to do is open your FieldEase. Select Enter Pull Lists. This is where we get started on our purchase. This is the screen that you will see. At the top of the screen, you'll see some of these are kind of grayed out. You'll get to them later. We can click on New. This is a new pull list. This is the screen that should appear. Now what we're going to need to do is either select the mouse or the keyboard. This is the mouse. This is the keyboard. I like to use the keyboard, but you may need to use both. There's the keyboard. We're going to select the job. You can either do this by selecting the drop-down list and scrolling down to the job, or you can type in the job number. I selected Griffin House Plumbing. Now, in this box, we're going to type in a short description. We'll select that box. We're going to type in a short description using the job name shortened. For this one, we're going to use Griffin. And some form of shortened version of what this list is ultimately going to be, rough in. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is move down to the description and get a little bit more detailed. This is going to be Griffin. Let's say water pipe. Something to that effect. The next thing we're going to do is, you'll see here on the top, it'll say entered, which is the date of today, or required, which is when you're going to need the material. Type in, or just click on the arrow and you can select any number of dates. We say we're going to need that on December. I typed in the 15th. I hit the 15th. Type in, you can make this bigger if you want to. Type in, we'll get it on the 22nd. And we can shrink it back up again. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to move down to this, the body of this. Click on the description. The first thing we're going to do is type in the job name. The reason why we do that is nowhere on the body of this form, when we finally click it over to an email, and you'll see that in a few minutes, does it ever indicate what the job name is. So when we send this out for request for purchase, the vendor won't know what it is unless we put this right there. So we put that there. You can click on Insert Line. It'll add a line to it. You're going to type in now what you want. Let's say we're going to have 24 3/4 PVC 90s. That's just an example. The next thing we're going to do is hit the phase, which is typically either A or C part of your cost code. A is for apartment, C for common. You guys will typically see that. It's in the drop down. You can see apartments or general conditions. Most of our material is in apartments. You can click on that and you'll get the A part of that. Category is our cost code. You can click on that again. You can click the drop down and you can select what part of the cost code, what cost code you want to use. 201. The vendor and the price we're going to leave empty for the time being. We'll let the purchasing agent decide how that's going to work. You'll follow this in a minute. For right now, we're done with this. So we're going to click off the keyboard. No, we're not going to click off the keyboard. We're going to move this up. The top here, you're going to see this bar. We need to move this bar all the way to the right. You'll see in a minute. You'll see this column of tax on the right-hand side. The way we select tax, and the only reason we select tax is on non-taxable jobs. I'm sorry, go back. We select tax on all jobs except tax-exempt jobs. What I would do as a default is always select tax, because in the end, in FieldEase, it will automatically take the tax back out again if it's a tax-exempt job. So the way we're going to select tax, and this saves a lot of work on the other end, is to select the box tax, and hit the space bar. You'll see an X in there. That means that it has accepted tax. It's going to add sales tax to the product that you're asking for, and when John ultimately gets it, it will already have tax applied to it. It will already indicate that it needs tax applied to it. So we're finished with it. That's all we need. Click OK. And that's what you'll end up with after you click out of that. You'll see this, and there's your line. That's your new RFP. You're going to click on this, select it, and now these items have lit up. You can see them now. You're going to click on email, and Outlook will open. One thing that we need to do, and make sure that we do, is in this line, in the subject line, we need to add the job name. This is so when John gets the email, he'll know what job it is. He has no way of knowing what job this is going to be for unless you type in Griffin House in that email. This attachment, when he gets it, won't say anything, and it will just open up filling in information from FieldEase to FieldEase. He needs to know what job it is, so we're going to type in Griffin House in the subject, leaving the rest of this, just adding that to the end. Once you've done that, get out of the keyboard and click send. It'll indicate as transmitted. You can call John then and verify that he got it. Once you know that he got it, then you're good to go. One thing that we would like to do is to also add your PM to that list of emails. Put John Challenger on there, and also whoever your PM is, copy the PM on that RFP so that he'll know that you're looking at a purchase, and he'll be able to read what that is. And that should be it.